Welcome, teachers. We are so honored that you guys have joined us today, and we're really eager to share with you how and why you actually are uniquely qualified to do something beautifully and effortlessly that sometimes poses a challenge for folks who are not lucky enough to be in our field of education. I'm Larissa Peluso Fleming, Larissa PF, or PF Chang to my students, and I'm a level 5 leader with Rodan and Fields. For those of you who don't know what level 5 leader means, it's a designation that indicates that I and the other gals on the presentation this evening have made it into the top 2% of our company, which we're really, really proud to do. A little bit of background on me. I am a mother of 3 hysterically funny, very wild and energetic kids. They inherited their ADHD from me. You're welcome. I'm a middle school math teacher, I'm a mathematics coach, I'm a math consultant, and an educational blogger, so I've kind of got my hands full. You know what? I love teaching. It is absolutely my calling. There's no question about it. I've taught for 16 years, and I can honestly say that I have never, ever, not once been burned out. I've never experienced burnout. I'm not saying that when summer comes, I'm not kind of delighted to hang out at the pool and read a book, but I've never experienced any misery or dissatisfaction. Like, I feel like when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. And I've woken up every single day for 16 years, like, yay, I get to go and hang out with the kids today. So that's been a really big blessing. That said, it might come as a surprise to you to tell you that not only is today my first official day of summer vacation, but it's also the first day of my retirement. I will no longer be teaching. So wait, that doesn't make any sense, right? I just got through telling you that my passion and purpose is teaching, and children are absolutely my favorite kind of people. Why would I be retiring? That doesn't make sense. Hopefully it will come to light in just a moment. To be clear, I was not looking for a way out. I was not seeking a plan B. I had no desire to leave the teaching field. I didn't think that as a 40-year-old I would want to retire. And yet here I am, and I feel that I'm putting the skills to use that I acquired as a teacher to equally good, if not better use as a Rodan and Fields leader, and I'm loving every minute again of it. It has been kind of a surprise to me and the people in my inner circle that I am loving this as much as I am, because it just didn't seem like a very natural fit. So 2 years ago, my college bestie, Laura Letchworth, floated the idea past me of joining her in business. And I was really tickled and very humbled, but I was like, no. In fact, I told her no 4 times. I wasn't trying to be mean. It wasn't for me. Luckily, Laura didn't give up on me. And while she didn't stalk me or bother me, she did keep me in the loop, which I appreciated. I was seeing how her business was progressing. I was following her and I was curious about it. But my problem is, y'all, I just did not have time. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I was already working 16-hour days. I know you know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you a little story. This is off topic. I'm gonna go off topic for a second. Don't you love the people who say, "Oh my gosh, I should have been a teacher so that I'd have summers off and only work until 3 o'clock." Like, I'm so proud of myself that I have not punched them in the face yet, because that is the worst thing to say to a teacher. They have no idea what we do. We work harder than anyone else I know, including my friends who went to law school and started in those huge firms in Manhattan. So there you go. I was also running 3 kids back and forth, from swimming to baseball to soccer to church functions to gymnastics to play dates and back again, doing homework. And I mean, guys, just like you, I was the proverbial chicken with my head cut off. I was also tutoring my students left and right just to help make ends meet, because I don't have to tell you that as educators, we are not beautifully compensated for all the hard work that we can do. So I knew there was just no way on earth I could fit one more thing onto my already very overflowing plate. And another issue I was having is that the money tree I planted in my backyard had yet to produce those $100 bills that we were praying for. So even if I had the money to invest, I certainly didn't have the time to invest, and vice versa. Besides, let's be real, okay? Those of you who don't know me, I'm really overly cerebral. I'm very nerdy. My friends all make fun of me, actually. I have 0 experience in sales, which is what I thought this business required and was all about. I've never even taken a business class, y'all. I have 2 master's degrees. Never have I taken marketing, advertising, nothing. It's always been in education and in math. So I thought that I was just highly unqualified to do this sort of thing. But as it turned out, I think I sort of prejudged the situation I knew precious little about, and I have a habit of doing that. I'm working on it with my therapist, don't you worry. So I was so delighted to discover that our business is actually not made for people who have time. Our business is made for people who want time. And in fact, time has been the greatest gift that Rodan and Fields has given me. It beats the generous paychecks, the free trips, the swag. And I feel like we teachers and people make room for what's most important. And that life just sort of magically works itself out that way. So I made Rodan and Fields a priority. I spent, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here. And I built a business up in 2 years that allowed me to retire completely and fully from teaching. The initial investment was really reasonable because I didn't have the money to invest. And the high ROI, see, look, I haven't taken any business classes, but I'm secretly learning stuff through Rodan and Fields. ROI is fancy for return on investment. So low initial investment, really high ROI. In fact, it only took me 2 months to earn back my initial investment, and then everything since there went from the red to the black, which was great. And I was not in the fortunate position that you are, in which, new consultants today can enroll and earn their kits back, the cost of their kits, twice from our company, which I really wish had been around when I started, but it wasn't. So you guys are lucky. Let's talk about the salesy bit for a second. I was delighted to discover that being salesy is actually the kiss of death in this business. Folks want to work with consultants like you and me who are down to earth and honest and genuine, approachable, relatable, like real people. They don't want to be with like the used car guy that is using you, for his agenda and not for yours. So being kind of nerdy has been really graceful for me in this business. The theme of our presentation this evening is all about teachers. So I want to chat for a second about what makes teachers so uniquely qualified to just rock this business. Because you'll find the teachers and nurses make up a pretty big piece of the Rodan and Fields pie, and I want to talk about why. So whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert, if you're a teacher, you're a leader, right? We reach and we teach all day long. We're pretty well planned, and yet we have to be flexible because we can plot our course all we want, but we got to adjust those sails to take advantage of those teachable moments. That is a skill that is not easily acquired. We pass on what we know in a really accessible and interesting way, or we'd have a classroom full of kids snoring. Nobody wants that. We share our passion for and our ability to empower others, and we focus on growth. That's unique to our business, I think. We also all share a lifelong love of learning, and we recognize that we're students ourselves. That need for intellectual stimulation is one of the many ties that I think binds us, and Rodan and Fields, man, check that off the list for sure. Also, we recognize and celebrate strengths in all people, and we capitalize on those while we're enhancing and building the skills that are not yet acquired. We do that in business every day. We're service oriented. We want to be helpful. And I got to tell you, one of the best surprises of my Rodan and Fields business is that this is a service business. We are service oriented. We are helping people each and every day. And we want to leave the earth a better place than we found it. And I can honestly say I'm doing that with this business. We are incredibly capable as teachers of balancing hectic, crazy, super demanding schedules with grace and aplomb. I don't know a lot of other people like teachers who can just take it and take it and take it and make it work, plates in the air. We're also all about working smarter, not harder, which will, in droves pay you back in this business. I also want to talk a little bit about growth mindset, which is a big part of my teaching. We celebrate growth mindset and share our inherent belief that we and our students can accomplish anything we set our minds to. We're open to learning and growing and changing because we're setting our standards for our kids to do the same. So simply put, we know better and then we do better. And that again is something that resonates throughout my Rodan and Fields business. So listen, we want to invite you to do better for yourselves and for your families this summer. We want you to know better and then do better. Why not invest some of your downtime this summer in trying your hand at starting a new business that just happens to be totally turnkey? The details and minutiae are already taken care of, so you can spend just 30 to 60 minutes a day doing what you already do best, which is making the lives of others easier and better and happier. The only negative thing I can honestly say about the world of education is that we're a little bit trapped despite our great passion and purpose. We're all held back a little bit when it comes to our compensation. Our earnings, and as teachers, y'all, they're simply not related to the amount of hustle and heart we put into what we do. And that, I think, is tragic. I spend a great deal of time working with my kids to discover the direct correlation between effort and achievement. Hey, the harder you work, the better you do, right? And I love that in the R&F world, the more I hustle, the harder I work, the more I succeed, and the same will be true for you. So teachers, please enjoy your summers, sip on some lemonade, hang at the pool, read some trashy novels, watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, right? Give yourselves a break. But take a moment this summer to imagine where you're going to be in 5 years. If you